Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome to this new series in Robocraft with me, Lathrix. So first of all, I'd like to explain exactly what the series is before we just get straight into it. During this series, I'm going to be building. Yep, that is pretty much the roundabout way of saying it. Recently, in the recent kind of few months while I've been at university and such, I've lacked a certain creativity when it's came to building in Robocraft, mostly due to lack of time, but also a bit of a lack of interest because of waiting for the new meta and then getting into the new meta, actually just playing the game and such. My building has suffered even more so than it used to be. And so to remedy this, we're going to be doing this little short-lived series, which will happen at least once a week, and I plan to release on Saturdays. So essentially, in the comments below, if you want me to build anything specific, and I do mean that as in as specific as you want, unless it gets boring, so in terms of how many P-flops, etc, etc, and then the kind of build you want, with even like an idea in mind, like want it to be tanky, want it to be fast, feel free to tell me in the comments below. I will choose one of those every week and try to build to my best of my ability, try to build that specific kind of build. So that being said, I just picked one randomly today out the first comment I saw, which was a question, a recommendation, a tutorial asking to build a tier 8 bomber with less than 920 P-flops. Now, that's going to be a bit difficult, honestly, because in the new meta at least, because I will be building with the new meta in mind, as you might imagine. With the new meta, block spam is king. Now, obviously, if we're going with 920 or less in tier 8, block spam isn't going to happen. We simply won't be having enough resources to do that, so we're going to have to go with quality over quantity in most cases, trying to bulk out the thing afterwards. But to start off with, at least, we will be doing actual, you know, just quality over quantity. Now, I won't be doing Triforcing, because honestly, Triforcing at this stage isn't dead, but it certainly is a lot weaker than it used to be. I'm just doing that because that does help out very, very easily. I won't be adding a escapey thingy, ejector seat, although they are getting more and more common at the moment as people realise you can get back and heal. So, tier 8 then. So, rudders versus aerofoils is the first consideration I'm having. And what I'm thinking is, if we're going to go into tier 8, we're going to want at least 4 aerofoil. If we are indeed going to go down the aerofoil route, we're going to at least want at least that many. Honestly, I'm thinking we are going to probably end up with a minimum of 3 rudders, probably going into more, but we'll see how we go. So for now, let's just sketch, or at least build, a very basic concept of how big I actually want this thing. First of all, the wings. I don't want the wings to be attached to a single block, just because getting them knocked off will be the end of us, and again, we don't have enough blocks to completely cover them, so that will be the best idea. I want them a bit further in from the front than pure front, probably something around that kind of size. Honestly, I am considering doubling both of them. So we have a set of 8, however that will eat into a lot of our P-flops, but might be worth it, honestly. That might actually be worth it purely for the sake of keeping them safe. Also, what I could consider indeed, is perhaps having them on almost separate planes. No, not planes in different planes, but planes in different points of reference, so we could have 2 kind of like that. The thing is with that is, although these are more vulnerable, they are on very separate areas, and knocking them both out in a single shot, for instance, would be remarkably difficult, particularly if we add a bit of a stuttered armour between them. So I'm going to go into redundancy as much as possible with this bomber build, if, again, it's all how much is possible. And while I do that, I'm going to muse on what kind of name I'm going to give to this series. Originally, I was thinking of calling it something like Superb Saturday Building, or something silly like that. But the problem is, it's a very long title, then I couldn't fit into the title what I'm actually building, so I want to put the details in, if at all possible. You want to keep it like that, so damage doesn't get blown in. So some basic Triforcing information there. Damage from this block can't be put into this block, meaning it has to go around here and then back up, so this section will protect that a bit more than it might actually look like it's going to. So, something like that perhaps, and then I'm still thinking of adding extra wings, but I don't know right now. We may leave as it is. Now I'm thinking of also scattering how the next section goes in the same kind of fashion, in terms of where the back rudders are going to go, because we are going to need some lift on the back so this thing is actually stable. So tier 8 rudders. So I was thinking something along the lines of this, probably outwards this way instead though. Somewhere near the back, but I'm not too sure about that, honestly. Perhaps, maybe that would be a functional thing. I'm thinking more along the lines of actually putting them on the inside, but then we'd really need some serious size, which is something I don't really... how effective is this kind of pattern anyway? Because I have seen some bombers in the past do that. I don't think it is actually that effective at all, really, but it's certainly something I'm considering in my head. And again, it's all about having it so one shot, or one hit, or a volley of SMG doesn't knock out every vital piece in one shot, because, well, plasma bombers at the moment, I'm not going to say they're weak. If you play them well, you can really do so damn well as a plasma bomber right now, but at the same time, I do find they are a bit lacking when it comes to doing well on a consistent basis. I think that'd be the best way of saying it, while still being quite diplomatic about the whole ordeal. Something like that. Now, I don't want to connect these two, however, I would like armor in the middle. I'm trying not to over-tier for this build because the person who asked for it, I haven't really talked to them at all, so I don't know if they are actually able to get stuff from tiers above, so I'm trying to stay as much on tier as possible, if at all possible again. If I do really want to over-tier, I probably will, but I'll try to avoid it for now. So that way, again, damage doesn't get migrated either way, which is exactly what I wanted there. Not the most attractive thing, but it's all about how the damage is being moved around, like I said, so that's honestly all I really care about right now. In a similar way. And then, of course, this is the more important one, so this one will definitely be needing some additional protection, even if it's just that. There we go. Okay, now, thruster placement and seat placement. Obviously, right now, this is quite exposed. That's not going to be permanent seat placement. I've kind of put it there just for now, just so I've got somewhere to put it, really. It's going to have to go lower than it was, so I have to change up the tetras and stuff, which is fine. Just put it down there. Actually, no, that's a bit low. With an SMG damage at the moment, that's going to go straight to my seat far too fast. So actually, probably put it like a halfway point between where I just wanted it and then somewhere else. Just use prisms for now, just because it's easy to put them back in. Special pilot seat, there we go. Okay. Movement. Tier 10, yes I want. Probably try to go for tier 7 so that we can have some rank. Actually no, ranking isn't an issue, so no, that's a lie. We'll go for tier 8. 6 is being optimistically low. But still. There we are, put one there. I must say, I do like that structure. We could put one in here as well. This would not actually be a terrible idea if we went down to tier 6. Could probably maybe tier 4. Yeah, hide a couple of thrusters here, which would be quite spacious, especially since I'm probably going to end up trying to shield here. Now, at the moment, I will say shields aren't highly regarded by a lot of people, and I'm included in this regards. But at the same time, on certain types of robot, particularly like flyers, and even more particularly traditional aerofoil bombers, aerofoil bombers, it really is good. So tier 8 shielding, we have none. Oh, we have nothing really. I was actually thinking about having 4. So we have one there, and then we do the flip down here. So move these forward, not that. Move these 2 forward, put the tier 7 shields. I think in the future, because it has been announced that the Classic is being changed by a fair bit soon, which is the big way it's changing is that there'd be better. Is that they are making it so essentially everyone is classed as being overclock level 7 rather than being overclock level 1, which is actually going to be a hell of a lot better. So when that hits, I'll probably start doing these builds and testing them out in classic mode, but until then, probably either test them out in new meta if I test them out at all. So change that to there instead, then to make it a clip. issues with this. Doesn't cover the wings as well as I hoped it would, and honestly, unless we're being hit from the front, won't provide that much protection, particularly since we're going to be bombers, so we're most likely going to try and stay as low as we can. I do still want shielding for the wings though. That's the one area I will say shielding really not needed, but definitely of a huge help. See, that shape's better. The tier 6 shape is better, but is it worth it? Is it worth losing some of the defense to cover better? Honestly, I would say yes. Since I don't hold the shields currently in that high regard anyway of how much they actually deflect, I think perhaps that would be the better option. Now doing it the opposite way around might be better there. So let's have the tier 6 shields again. There's a problem, they're too close. So the big problem is where are the front thrusters actually going to end up lying? That's the big determinant here when it comes to where the shields are really needed. Is where am I going to put them here? Because I'm going to want them to be protected as well. There's a lot of things we need to protect, and that is honestly the big issue there. That's so annoying. That now, is there any way perhaps that we could go down to a much lower tier, so perhaps 5 or lower? So I can fit them here. I think 4 is probably going to be only... damn, tier 4. See, I always find tier 4 is a good thruster size, because it's still on the small side, but the power it puts out is still pretty decent. So you can still use them in the higher tier builds. Of course, really P-flop inefficient, and we're already running out of P-flops. That's not exactly really what I wanted to see when it comes to that. But it does mean we can defend them, and that is actually quite key, because those will be what goes... So actually, probably those are more key to protect than the wings, which is weird to say. Okay, so let's have a look, see how this flies. If it flies. So we have 920, so we have almost 300 P-flops left. We are, of course, going to want as many weapons as can possibly fit on this thing, with redundancy being so important. But let's have a quick look. Control-wise, that is really, really responsive. I'd actually say it's a little bit lifting at the front because of the wings, so perhaps the wings in the middle would actually be of a huge benefit, plus it would cause it to have that lovely redundancy factor, but honestly, speed-wise and reaction-wise, that is exactly what I wanted to feel. It also means the upward thrusters are actually powerful enough, which is another big bonus for us, so back to that. Actually, maybe I'd say try some rudders instead. In here. Like there. But the wings would be better just because of increased armor, even if it is bigger. Would like that a little bit further in. However, that would cause us to have to cut quite a bit of armor, but I think it would be worth it. As well, aerofoils are aerofoils, and aerofoils are important. Put these there, put these here. Detach that because I don't want them to jump so easily. And then put the thrusters back where they were. Well, not quite where they were, but close enough. P-flop wise, we are now really struggling. How about now? A lot better. Straight away I can tell. Yeah, it no longer raises itself, which is fantastic. There's a lot of redundancy in terms of the actual wings themselves, so it's probably take a fair bit of damage before being out of control and spiraling. And it's fast enough that I'm happy. However, of course, what I'm not happy about is the P-flop usage. I think... Okay, what we're going to do is remove 2 of those. We're going to remove 2 of those, and that will give us the P-flops we need. So, at the moment, we can actually use tier 9 weaponry because how it works now is weapons are unlocked with 1 lower. So I think at this stage, we've already kind of gone quality over quantity in most cases. I think it'd be best if we just kind of kept with that. Now, they're going to have a chance of running into each other when they shoot. Also, we don't have enough ranking, which I'm actually quite happy to see, honestly. That makes me happier to see, because we've actually managed to get to the ranking limit without over-tiering. Okay. So perhaps it would be best if we could... Choices. Also, that's just over the limit, so I'm supposed to have 5 guns rather than a full 6. I don't like that. I'll admit, I don't like having less than the maximum guns. And we're 3 over the limit, which is at least easy to fix. You just go, you 2, and... Don't want you to be destroyed, but you 2, there we go. But I think I'm reasonably happy with that. Let's go back into practice one last time. Okay, minimal shielding, tried to go for redundancy on the more important things like movement, particularly with the new meta being able to move up until the last second is of course the biggest thing. It works well without being overclocked, which is one of the big deals. Except when you hit the shield with your plasma. Or the plasma vanishes from exist. What? Well, I never said I was good using it, did I? Goodbye, there we go. Stormtrooper level of accuracy achieved. Okay then, well I think it's time we put this into a map. No actually, no. One last thing we need to do. We need the seat armoured. Also, I love that, right in that poor thing's face. But yeah, that's... The damage is going to be redirected far too easily, even with these being away from it. Anything from the top will just pop us in seconds. Now that's a big issue for it. I think it's worth sacrificing these 2 little thrusters and using the remaining P-flops to simply give this a bit of a lip, so plasma catches on the lip. Also, takes longer for the damage to be routed into the seat, which of course is quite a big thing. And of course you just make this thing a lot prettier than it is, but I get the idea. So I think that is how we're going to keep the bomber. It's currently called Constellation. I'll probably leave that. I am tempted to sacrifice the shields, but I do like where they are just for the upwards thrusters. I think that's how we're going to leave it, so let's get into a match, I think. Okay, and we are back. Not really the map I was too keen to see on, and I'm a little bit upset how many SMGs they have, but of course in the new meta everyone and their mother is playing SMGs, so it's at least not a shocker. It is nice being back in a bomber. I haven't been in a bomber for a long time. Also, I haven't really built anything in a long time, so it's a nice little combo of things I haven't done. I'm going to go straight for the towers, probably going to head back. I'm not going to be aggressive. I don't feel that bombers are good at aggression at the moment. I feel that they're good. They're better at support and tower capping, and tower, not really aggression, but just generalised tower nuisanceness. There we go, huge chunk of that got removed. And finally, oh there we go, didn't need to do the last shot. And down we go. There's an SMG over there, probably worth taking a shot at, however there's a plasma there which would be easier to hit. Damn, moved just at the right moment, which is a bit of a shame. Trying to stay back, which makes it a lot more difficult to try and guess where that's going to come from. There's an SMG firing at us. Took a little bit of damage, nothing really to be too concerned about. I don't know how this will hit me from that angle, but there we are. Awesome, got some damage done. Didn't do too much. We could swing it. Oh, hello. Okay, we're going to go for that rail, which is a bit bad because someone's respawning their base right now. There's the rail. Hopefully we can perhaps get him on the way down. That'd be cool. I'm just going to wait for him to land, actually. And then, there we go. Damn, medic. Not good. Took out his legs and then he instantly healed back up. Another hit. Minimum, we are distracting them. We are being quite easy to hit, though. We're kind of revealing ourselves a bit too much here. Should go for the medic, but that rail scares the crap out of me. And we're getting a lot of overclocking from the damage we're dealing, which is nice. Staying low for a second, just because I don't want to go over that ridge. Missing that shot completely, on purpose. And I'm actually going to change target for the tower. That tower's their last tower. If we can do some work on that, we can perhaps rush a victory. I love how this thing handles. In terms of handling, this thing's came out better than I thought it would. Hopefully they'll keep ignoring me, that'd be lovely. There we go. Probably should be playing a lot higher up than I am. There's 2 SMGs both have seen me, so I'm going to just duck for a second, and I'll go back to the shield until I've stopped being spotted, which is now, thankfully. That SMG hasn't spotted me. Thank you for the heal. Took damage quite well, honestly, so far. I'm happy with that. And give that guy a quick plasma. Kinda hit him. Plasma's so much weaker than it used to be, but with the reload speed increasing every time I overclock, eventually we're going to be able to get some work done. God, that guy's tanky. The power of block spam. the power of block spam. I mean, it also doesn't help I haven't got the maximum amount of guns firing. Just saw a guy over there, didn't get to spot him though because he went past too quickly. It feels odd going low to try and hide, but that's probably the best. There's the rail flyer, I'm going to ignore him, I'm actually going to go back to the tower. Honestly, I'd rather die and do some damage to the tower than live and get some damage on him. Just because if we get this tower down, that's going to put so much pressure on them. Then perhaps I can be aggressive at their reactor. I mean, it could be now. I mean, I could start flying through and doing some damage, but plasma attack there. Let's give him a quick hello before he starts trying to interrupt us. Good shot by him. Just about dodged it. There we go. Just clipped him. Okay, that SMG is going to take out that tower. So I just want to make sure that the SMG isn't too distracted. One of our shots actually went in there. That's good. Okay. He's going to go back to be healed. That's fine. Two guys there. Spotted them both. Be good if we could do that. There we go. The SMG is going to hit us most likely. Nope, didn't quite see us. He's been too distracted by the guys in front of him, which makes a lot of sense. There we go. Just keep doing flybys and just trying to damage it. The problem with bombers is it's harder to focus on the corners, which of course is the easiest way to take out a tower. Should we go on aggression on their reactor? I mean, there's two guys in there already doing some pressure. If we go in there as well, I won't be focusing on him because I can't really do enough damage to even cripple him for long enough. But there we go. I can't help myself. I sail that and instantly go for him. Oh good! Oh wow, we got the kill. Go plasma. I missed using flyers certain threats. I really did. And I think I'm quite happy with this, but a bit of server lag at the moment, so I'm sorry for the FPS loss. That's not on my end, actually. Because Frapp's is saying I've got 60 FPS, but this does not look like 60 FPS. Want to buy SMG or medic gun. Our reactor is under attack, but theirs under attack a hell of a lot faster. There's that plasma again, I might go for him to try and deter him. If we can keep our guys alive for as long as possible, that's fantastic. Now, he's going to get a very easy shot on me as I come past like this, but damn it. Go for the center, because that's where his seat is. I can't do enough constant damage to him, keep him down. Fantastic, overlocked again. Defend! Why? We're about to win. If we stay aggressive, we win this. I may go for one of their towers to increase our DPS. Because obviously now, as you cap towers, your damage increases. Medic incoming. Oh, a lot of damage done to that medic there before he even got in. Turn off our thrusters to get a better shot. As he kind of spindles around. A server lag is a killer. He's gone over tower, and there's a rail outside of their bubble. Go for his legs on the side. We got them. Didn't kill them, we damaged them, and he missed me in his haste. And straight at him. There we go. That's going to be a kill. Still no point defending, really. But our guys are not going for the right points. If they were going for the lines like they're meant to, we'd have actually won this by now. We may need to go and defend. Which is a shame. Yeah, look at that. Completely scattered where they've been doing damage, which is not what we should see. However, we have got... get the last tower, we win this automatically. Guys, you're not doing it right. You go for the connection points and you break up whole chunks. It's 10 times faster. Actually, it's probably a lot faster than that, but still. So for those who don't know, those little rivets there are the only points in which those crystals are actually connected. If you destroy every crystal connected to a rivet in that line, the whole section falls. And I think that's win. Fantastic. Okay, I would say this build has been a success. I'm definitely keeping this guy. This guy's flying around. Definitely keeping this guy. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet. For now, it's called Constellation because of the old bot, which is actually in this platform, which is a very high-flying drone. I'm really happy with it. It took damage better than I thought it would. It took one plasma shot, a lot of SMG shots without being crippled at all because of the damage mitigation. I like it. I hope the person who asked for this likes it. And any suggestions for future builds, please ask me below in the comment section. And of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps the channel, and shows that this little mini-series, which I'm planning on doing once a week, maybe twice a week if it gets popular, should stay on the channel. Thank you, and goodbye.